The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Acuma, its board of directors, its management staff, or its members. The podcast discussion presented is conversational in nature and for general information only.
Hello and welcome to Acuma's On Point Podcast, a series focused on sharing the stories of people who are making a positive impact in the credit union mortgage industry. I'm your host, Peter Benjamin. Today's episode is being brought to you by Class Valuation. Tired of waiting through endless phone trees to get in contact with someone on your appraisal orders? Class Valuation's dedicated credit union division, Class Union, pairs each credit union with their own account executive who works on a regional basis to guide your orders from start to finish with a customized process. Class Valuation pairs best-in-class customer service with industry-leading appraisal technology to lower your internal costs and make your members' dream of home ownership a reality. And with new changes coming to appraisals, you can have no stronger partner that offers modern appraisal and home equity products. Experience the difference of the true partnership your credit union and its members can have with Class Union and their team. Today, my guest is the Acuma's Yippin Committee, Cameron Hinton, Associate Director of Events and Member Relations with Acuma, Liam Carruthers, Business Development Manager with Class Valuations, Alberto Climaco, Real Estate Lending Manager with Justice Federal Credit Union. How y'all doing today? Whew, that was a long list of people who are our guests, but how y'all doing?
I'm doing awesome, Peter.
I'm great.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Excited to have the Yippin Committee. And when I say Yippin, it's our Young Professional Network Committee, of course. You guys can't see it. The utter look of disgust on Cameron's face right now that I keep saying Yippin. It's awesome. It's awesome. But anyways, we're going to dive into this. We're going to have fun. I think we have a great conversation today. Now, before we do that, as always, let's bring in the Hawk. Justin, what's the latest and greatest happening over at Acuma? And by the way, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Peter. How are you?
Living the dream.
Before we get into the latest and greatest, and again, everybody can't see it, but he only mentioned Cameron, but Alberto, he's clenching his teeth. He just can't stand that yipping.
I thought he was laughing personally. It looked more like a laugh, but
I mean, laugh, nervous.
We'll go laugh.
All right. So things going on over at Acuma. We just got back from Denver. We had our second focal point workshop. That was amazing. We had a lot of engagement. The roundtable discussions were awesome. So many of our attendees were sharing issues that are affecting the credit union mortgage space. So that was really great to see.
Yep.
I know it's one of my favorite parts. Other than that, we have fast tracks and inside tracks coming all year round. So be on the lookout for those. And then we have our 2024 Make Your Mark annual conference coming up on September 29th to October 2nd. Registration is open. So if you haven't registered, head over to our website, register. It's going to be a spectacular event. We have an agenda that's unlike any other. We have some hidden surprises for you, and we just want you to come out, have a good time, and take in all the educational content that we got planned for you. And then I can't not mention the YPN meeting. We got the entire Yippin network here.
That's right.
Yeah. So that meeting, the quarterly meeting, is going to be held on June 26th. So if you haven't had a chance to register, not sure if it's for you, head over, register. It's a great session. The committee puts together great sessions every quarter. Something for everybody to take away. So head over to acuma.org and register for that as well.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many Red Bulls have you had today?
That's a funny question.
It is. I've only had one.
Dude, you were flying through the...
I mean, that's why they call me Hawk.
Okay. All right. Well, dude, I don't want to be worried, but man, okay. You were next level on that, but that was fantastic. I
am next level all the time. It's good.
You are next level all the time. You are. All right. So excellent. Anyways, Justin, thank you very much. All right.
Sir.
Cam, Liam, Alberto, again, welcome. Excited for this. So this is slightly different, and we don't normally have as many guests on the podcast. Normally, it's a one-on-one conversation. Yeah, we sometimes do our team team podcast where we debrief and we have a conversation about how are things going, how do we think the year is going, but we don't normally have like this podcast by committee. But I think this is a good conversation for us to have because as an outsider looking in, kind of sort of watching what I want to say this group, the Young Professional Network Committee, what you guys have done, and it kind of started off with Cameron last year, and then this year, Liam and Alberto, you guys joined what this group has done to kind of spread the word within the young professionals within Acuma, but also the credit union industry. I think personally, I am extremely impressed and couldn't be more proud of the three of you of what you guys do for us. I was really excited to have this conversation with you, and I think you guys can contribute a lot to the conversation I hope to have today, because I think it's an important conversation that we have. All right, so here's the conversation I'm looking to have with you, and if we knock through this, we can have more. We can continue on with the conversation. So I think there's a lot that we can talk about today. But I think the biggest question, the one question I want us to talk about is, and I think it's really the foundation as to why we wanted to start the Young Professional Network. So the question is, how do we get more young professionals involved in our industry? And it's not a rocket science type question, but all too often it seems like a very difficult question to answer. I mean, I look at our events. I go to other industry events, whether that's credit union or mortgage. I mean, Liam, I know you do as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an aging group, right? How do we get more young professionals involved? I open it up to the group. By all means, jump in, please. How do we do this?
I'll jump in, Peter. Like you said, it is kind of an aging group, and that can be, really intimidating for the younger generation. So when I started out coming to the Acuma events, I know that I was very nervous to network with people, just because you look around the room and a lot of these people are twice your age. No offense, Peter. But having groups like the Young Professionals, I think, is just...
I am barely outside this group.
Peter.
But you definitely made the benchmark, so you were just barely outside this group.
I didn't want one more meeting.
Okay.
All right,
yeah, but I think just having a group like the Young Professional Network that you guys are running is great for networking opportunities as well as education for this younger generation of credit union professionals.
And I'm glad you said that, because I look at other associations, I look at other groups, right? And there's two ways you can approach this, right? And I love the way that Cameron started this off, right? Because and I think she took it down the right path. And this is really compliments to you, Cam. That there's two ways she could have done this. She could have gone the path of, this is just a social network, right? We meet for happy hours. That's all we do, right? Let's just have fun, bring young people together. We drink some beer or have some wine tasting. Cam didn't want to do that, right? She took it down the path of, let's really focus on development and learning, and let's kind of grow people into this, right? And I think that's part of it, right? And I think that's really what's going to help young professionals get more involved is that education, right? And get them more comfortable when they come to an Acuma event or go to another event, is that they're learning almost how to navigate the industry, these events, the social experiment of a conference, right? Because that's basically all conferences, just a big social experiment, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the social part is definitely important too, but building the skills to then go into an environment and be able to network with everybody and learn, just whether it's an annual conference, a webinar, a workshop, anything. I think, us having these quarterly virtual meetings to really focus on a specific thing for these YPs to learn is crucial, rather than just networking. Networking is great, but they need the tools first to then go in and be comfortable networking. At least that's my approach.
I agree with that. I mean, the annual conference when we had the YPN annual meeting last year was it was funny. You got to see some of the young professionals at other sessions, and maybe some of them spoke, including myself, but not as much engaged as that annual meeting with all the YPNs, right? Because it's a community that we belong to now, and it's just that extra level of being comfortable speaking and just kind of networking with each other. So I think that's invaluable, just inviting more young professionals to meetings like that so that we're comfortable enough to share ideas and talk to each other.
Yeah, so I don't mean to call anyone out, but I'm going to call you out, Alberto.
Okay, yes.
But I mean, you're local to DC,
yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I see you at DC events, right? And it's true, though. And I think that's, you are one of the younger guys in the room whenever you go to these events, right? And so you tend to be a little bit quiet, right? But I did pop in to the young the YIPN meeting at last year's annual conference, and you were very engaged, right? You were surrounded by peers, people that were like-minded, people your age, and you probably felt comfortable because you had that the ability to relate. And I guess it's so I guess that I get what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Just being in that environment surrounded by peers that you can relate to kind of fosters that openness, right? Automatically, right? Okay, so the next question is kind of going back to this is, okay, well, we know the why. We know why this is important, right?
Yeah.
But how do we do this? How do we get more young professionals involved in our industry? Like, how do we do this? Like, how do we do it?
I think a big part of it is just offering or coming up with content, which is like Liam, Alberto, and I get together and we discuss what people want to learn, where, coming up with topics that people actually want to show up and learn and talk to each other about is the first step. Alberto, I see you sort of leaning in.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things I really enjoy, just kind of those events where you get to learn a lot of these things, right, and get to interact with other young professionals. Also, I think that's why I'm so excited about our next meeting, the mentorship part of it. That's huge for young professionals. I think there's a lot of young professionals, not a lot, but some coming into the industry that leave after 6 months or a year, right? And it could be because they're not finding that mentorship, right? And they think, hey, maybe my set of skills is not for this industry, but there's so many things that you can branch out into when it comes to mortgage lending, right? Technology, teaching, underwriting, training. There's so many things. And if those young professionals were finding those mentorship opportunities, I think they will stay for the long run.
Yeah, I think it's almost getting everyone out of the imposter mindset. They are not educated enough to network with, the older generation. So providing them with that education and the tools to actually be able to have a meaningful collaborative conversation with a peer is great.
Well, I think imposter mindset is, that's deeper than right? Just half of it is, okay, well, you walk into a room, right, and it may be filled with older professionals, right, or more, we'll call it more seasoned professionals, right, veterans, right, and you may provide something of value. You may have a knowledge or the experience that you could easily contribute to the conversation, but you're hesitant to do so because, and I even have this problem. I know you guys laugh, and I'm jokingly say that I'm too old to be in the YIPN network, which it's fine. It's fine. I'm not hurt by it at all. But still, it's you still have the experience, and almost this type of network provides you with that confidence and that boost to say to be able to use your voice to overcome that imposter syndrome, right? Finding your voice is half the battle to overcoming imposter syndrome. The biggest question is, well, how do you find your voice? Networks like this are the best way to find it. For me, in my journey, I went through several leadership programs or future leader programs or young professional programs that allowed me to find that voice, right? Prior to that, I didn't have it, right? But I was fortunate enough to have leaders that that allowed me to invest my time to kind of grow. Okay. So I was a fortunate one, but not everyone's like that. Right. And so that's not always the case. Right. So how do you get people to kind of go to their leaders to kind of get them to kind of invest that time, invest that money in them? Right. Because that's something we're not discussing. That's something that we're avoiding, is that commitment to that growth. And it's not just the individual, it's also the organization that has to commit to that growth. Right. How do you get that? How do you propose that sales pitch to get, I'll use Cameron as an example. Now, if Cameron was to come to me and say, hey, I want to do this, like I would automatically say yes. Like, if she says, hey, I want to go do this growth thing or this training thing, I would say yes, right? Because it's important and I believe in it. But not every leader is going to say yes. So how do you do that? How do you convince your leader to invest in your future?
I mean, I'll go back to what we were saying about just us as a network meeting, right, and sharing experiences. It's hard, I think, for a young professional to go and ask that from their leader, right, or from their manager. But if we've had those conversations with other young professionals, like you said, Cameron, right, we got in the meeting and she shared her experience of how she went to you and asked for what those next steps or what she wants to do. It's easier for me to go back to my leader after that and energize and say, hey, I'm going to do the same. Because I kind of got a blueprint. It's funny, every time I go to the conference, I come back and I feel a little more confident to do certain things, right? Whether that is something I learned or just a conversation we had at a meeting, or somebody brought something up that maybe I wasn't aware of, or maybe I just knew a little bit and now I feel more confident. And I think that's a way to do it, right? When we share our experiences with each other and come back and say, okay, this is how Cameron did this. This is how Alberto did this. This is how Liam went to his leadership and got where he is at now. Other people might follow and do the same.
Yeah. And I think part of that is, sorry, Cameron, part of that is finding the right leader. So if you're going to the wrong leader with a proposal and, they're shutting you down every time, then they're not giving you the tools you need to succeed. So finding the right leader with the right aspirations for you is a big part of that.
And that kind of goes back to everything you guys have been saying, right? So you've been talking about breaking down not really saying those words, but breaking down barriers for young professionals to really just kind of get their voice out there. And you mentioned the upcoming meeting, which is more around mentorship. And so even if a young professional has their know-how, their tools, right, that mentorship is a big part in helping overcome some of those barriers as well, because they can be that advocate. They can help them be that voice, right? So it kind of just ties it all back in full circle for you.
Oh, yeah.
But isn't the first step just raising your hand, right?
Yeah, it's asking. I mean, that's the first step.
The worst thing anybody can ever do is say no.
Right. So Cam, you were gonna say something.
I was just gonna say, I think it's also, yes, it's really important to ask, but also in addition to networking, just doing your research and seeing what's out there, what programs you can become a part of, what networks you can become a part of. Maybe it's Acuma's, maybe it's also something else. Because there's so much out there that is also free. Yes, there's some that you have to pay for, but there's lots of webinars that you can sign up for, meetings that might just help you, network with those that are already out there doing those things that you want to do. And then you can go back and share that with your leader, whoever it is, and ask and share with them what everybody else is doing and why that might benefit you too.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why we designed our program, YPN, to be free, right?
Right.
And you don't have to be a member,
right?
It's shameless plug, but you don't have to be a member, right?
No, if you're a credit union, a non-member credit union, you can attend. So, yeah.
Alberto, go.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a great point of when you go and speak up to your leadership or your manager, it's almost like when you're selling a mortgage, right? You just don't go to a bar and say, hey, give me your business. You have to show value, right? And like Cameron said, if you go prepare, you do your research, you can show the value that this would bring to the company and even that manager by developing yourself. So I totally agree with that.
It's tough. I can speak from my experience. I've been fortunate, right, I'm 44 years old, and I think I've seen decent success in my very young career. I was fortunate enough to have leaders that took me to events, right? So I got to see what it was like to learn from others, right? But not every leader does that. So almost as we'll say as the leader on this podcast, I would urge other leaders, to whether it's an Acuma event or whether it's something else, right? A local event or another educational opportunity. It's almost like it's to their benefit, your organization's benefit, to almost just take them with you, right? There's no harm. Yeah, there's a financial commitment, but there's no harm in just taking them with you, right? You never know, because they are the next leader, right?
Right.
I'm sure that, that pays it forward 1,000 times. And I don't know why we don't do that more. Maybe we just get comfortable and get stuck in a rut, or I don't know. But
it may just be the person not asking too. And so the leader doesn't even think about it. I don't know. You bring me to events, which is awesome. So I get to experience what other people do.
You begrudgingly go.
But it's good. I get to see what others are doing, like Kieran's or whatever it is, and meet new people, but also see Acuma members.
But it is that fear of no. I think for young professionals, it's just they're not willing to put themselves out there. It's kind of like you guys said when it comes to the networking, or when you're sitting in a conference space, you have a great question, and the voice inside says, "Don't raise my hand." I have a great question, but I don't want to raise my hand. But then when you get next to your peers, you're so willing to open up and be honest and just share. And that's what's special about the credit union space. And I think that's something that, as a community, as a network, that we have to do a good job at fostering that mindset that this is a safe space. There's really not a dumb question, and everybody's here to help.
Yeah, people helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to Peter's point, the reason I went to the Acuma conference was because my manager took me. I've been doing mortgages for a long time, and I've never been to any of these events. And he took me getting to that right manager who said, "Hey, we're going to go to the Acuma conference." And I haven't stopped going. And I'm doing the same for now a couple of my people who I see potential with, and saying, "Hey, Acuma, go to the conference." And there's a lot of value in that.
Yeah, I think for leaders in an organization, I know whenever I join an organization, my goal is to always leave it better than when I started. So, bringing on the younger generation with you to these events and stuff like that has, exponential value to the betterment of your organization.
Okay. So we talked a lot about kind of just, the need for young professionals to be more involved in our industry, right? So I'm going to pull us back a little bit, okay? And I'm kind of just looking at time, and we're kind of approaching that 25-minute mark in this first segment. So I'm going to ask you individually a question, okay? And I want you kind of just imagine, right? Imagine that there's just a young professional, we'll call him Brian, okay? Just Brian's a young professional, and he's just sitting at a credit union listening to this podcast, right? And he wants more. Right. He wants advancement. He wants to learn. He's thirsty for hunger. Or he has a hunger and thirst for knowledge, but he doesn't know what to do. Right. He wants to be more involved. And Alberto, we'll start with you. We'll just go in alphabetical order. What would be your advice for Brian? What's that advice that you have for him to kind of take that next step in his career to be more involved in our industry?
Just literally get on that computer and Google, if any organization or networks that you can join, like the YPN, right, where you can do this for free, where you don't need a proof of it, to join those free ones, right, and just kind of get involved out there and start learning, right, because you don't know what you don't know. And like I said, it took me so long to belong to a network like this, or to go to a conference like this, right? And I just feel, where would I be if I would have started just a few years earlier, right? And I just didn't know. So if you're listening to this, just research. Do your research and start looking for those opportunities to belong to a network or to learn.
Love it. Love it. Cam, you're next in alphabetical order.
Sure. So I guess first I would say find out what associations your company is a member of if you don't know, because people don't always know. From there, see what opportunities are there within those associations. Another thing that I always like to do also is just go on LinkedIn and see what's coming up, what people are sharing about, whether it's in person or a virtual thing, or even just articles, just reading and making sure that you're staying up to date. But yeah, I think similar to what Alberto said as far as research, but really seeing what your company is already a part of that you can join in on, because it very well might be free, and you can start there, and then just staying on the lookout for what's being posted in your own network on LinkedIn. That's a great start.
Love it. Love it. Liam.
Yeah, I mean, I would just tell Brian to, start out small, get out of your comfort zone a little bit. When I started out, I started going to small local networking events for people within the real estate market, and, meet up, have coffee, talk to a few people, get some business cards, and then you can start stepping up into these bigger organizations like Acuma, or your local Curins are really good for, personal connections and stuff like that. So just getting out of your comfort zone and, making yourself vulnerable and just being out there and talking to people.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and if I could add, it's obviously we are, yes, credit union, but also very much mortgage focused. And Cam, I think I did this for you because, I've shared this in the past with people, and Cam and I used to work together. I think I did this with her when she first started, at our credit union. I think I just sent her like pretty much every single training I possibly could find at an MI company.
Yeah,
that was 100% free. It was like, this MI company offers this training, really good. This type of training. This MI company is really good at this type of training. Don't forget that MI companies offer, and all of them offer, free training, and it could be mortgage focused. It could be soft skills like how to post on social media, right? You name it, it's free and it's out there for you to use. So don't forget that is an excellent way to just enhance your knowledge. And so if I could be bold and kind of summarize everything that you guys have said throughout this, and it's really just put yourself out there, almost raise your hand, right? And that's really step one, is just raise your hand, put yourself out there, and you never know what's going to come out of it. Did I really understand that from this conversation?
You got it.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. And as an industry, and as the leaders listening to this, as leaders, we have to do a better job of bringing the next generation along with us, right? Because we're part of this equation as well. We need that individual to raise their hand to show interest that they want this type of growth. Yes, that's part of the equation, but we also have to bring them with us. That's one of the biggest parts of this equation. That if we're not bringing them to Acuma events or other events like Curin events, they're missing out as well. They're missing out on opportunities for growth. Perfect.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
So I'm although this is the idea behind this is really kind of to have the discussion on what we can do to kind of foster a younger generation to be more involved in our industry. But Acuma's On Point podcast, again, I said it in my intro, it's stories of people who are making a positive impact in our industry. And again, I started off by saying that I couldn't be more proud of this group and the things that you guys are doing to kind of grow this network, and really excited to see its transformation and its evolution. Excited for its future. Excited to see where you guys take this. But I don't want to betray. I don't want to betray the fundamentals and foundation of this podcast, and that's the human factor of why we do what we do, right? So I'm going to ask all of you the same question that I ask every single guest that comes on this podcast. Okay. And that question is, you take one foot out of bed every single day. Why do you do what you do? What keeps you driving? What keeps you moving? What keeps you motivated to make a difference in someone's life every single day? Right. So we'll do reverse alphabetical this time around. Okay. The question is, again, what keeps pushing you forward? What keeps driving you? Right. I ask this question to all of our guests. Liam, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think it's just, the opportunity to help people out who need help. Being involved with credit union clients a lot, just giving them the education and tools they need around the appraisal space is what motivates me from a professional standpoint. From a personal standpoint, my wife, my dogs, they motivate me to get out there and do what I do every day. So that's it.
For me, personally, just to continue to network and grow and keep learning. I am 25 and I just want to keep growing and keep learning. And, each day I learn something new, whether that's a meeting where I'm listening in or something I found just looking through articles or whatever it is, but attending an event. But just to continue that and continue my career. But then also just specific to Accuma, it's been so amazing to meet all of our members, credit unions, CUSOs, affiliates, everybody's so great. And they're all looking for more educational opportunities, for more networking opportunities. So to be able to learn how to, and also to continue to deliver all of that to them really drives me each day. So,
great.
Yeah.
Alberto.
Yeah, I think earlier in my career when I was involved directly with lending and borrowers, I would have said that, just helping people achieve that homeownership dream was really fulfilling, right? But as I've grown in my career and stepped into management roles, I realized that it wasn't only that, it was actually a human connection, because I really enjoy now just helping develop my team. I get fulfillment of that, seeing people grow in their positions. And also that helps me grow and learn. One of the things I always say is if somebody from my team leaves me, I'm for a better opportunity, I'm never going to be upset, because that means I did a good job. Right.
Oh yeah.
And the worst thing that happens when somebody from your team leaves is your network just got bigger. So, I really love that. And I would say that's what gets me out of bed, just the fulfillment I get from that human connection with my team now.
No, I love that. I love that you said that, by the way, because it's what's that? It's the old saying, like, or it's what if we train them and they leave, right? Well, what if we don't train them and they don't, right? So I love that you said that, right? So perfect. Well, Cam, Alberto, Liam, thank you very much for spending a little time with us and kind of sharing your thoughts on what we can do to usher in a younger generation of yippins into our industry. Thanks for laughing, Cam. What's that?
I hope that doesn't catch on.
Oh, it is catching on.
I'm gonna help encourage it.
Oh, we're going to keep saying it.
I'm just going to keep saying it.
100%.
I'm going to show up to the next Yippin meeting and be like, what's up, Yippins?
And Liam, you were in Nashville, right? I'm pretty sure I said it on stage.
Yeah, you did.
I see. There you go.
You can almost hear the disgust. Yeah,
I know.
Don't make shirts, okay?
Oh, yeah, no shirts.
You said you need shirts?
You just give him the idea.
Oh, what a great idea. Love this.
I'm on this big t-shirt kick too. Justin, add that to the list. Add that to the list.
Right here, see? Already on the post-it.
Love it. All right, but anyways, we got to transition to the second segment of the podcast. And again, this is where we do, Jeopardy, we do trivia, sometimes we play a little ranking game, sometimes we do Cameron's favorite dad joke segment. Today we're doing Jeopardy.
All right.
Justin's favorite. All right, so bear with me 1 second while I kind of pop up my screen, and I know we don't share video of this, so while I explain to everybody while listening what's on my screen. So what everyone can currently see, or what our guests can see, but currently on my screen is your standard issue Jeopardy board. There are 5 categories, and from a point scale, we have points ranging anywhere from 100 to 500. Now, knowing that this is a very much Yippin focused episode of the Acma's On Point podcast, I thought we'd do 2010s trivia, pop culture, Jeopardy.
Okay.
And so the categories are, again, 2010s focused. We have 2010s sports, 2010s pop culture, 2010s music, 2010s TV, and 2010s fashion and beauty. Justin's going to be the best at that category.
Justin's not picking that category.
All right, so just for giggles, we're gonna pair up, and for the sake of time, we're gonna pair up and have 2 teams. All right, so we're gonna do Justin and Liam, and we're gonna do Cam and Alberto. All right.
Okay.
We'll go Cam and Alberto. Since you guys on my screen, you guys are next to each other. You guys are team 1. And
Okay.
Justin, since you and Liam are next to each other on my screen, you guys are team 2. Okay. So again, points range anywhere from 100 to 500. We have sports, pop culture, music, TV, fashion, and beauty. So we'll let Cam and Alberto go first. Cam and Alberto, please pick your category. Oh, again, for the sake of our form of Jeopardy, you do not have to answer, who is, what is, etc. You just have to answer as you normally would.
Okay. Alberto, do you want to pick?
Sure. I'll pick 2010 sports for 500.
Ooh. And so Alberto, this might play in your favor, but it also might be a rookie mistake.
Ooh.
You're locked in, by the way. I haven't clicked it yet.
Sure.
But you're locked in. Some of these
points.
500s are really hard.
Okay.
Like, really, really hard.
And some of them have the word etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
So I have learned. I guess we have learned that you never start with 500 on these Jeopardies, but you're locked in. So we're gonna go with 5. So 2010 sports for 500. This team finally won the World Series on November 2nd, 2016, after a drought of 108 years.
Yeah. The Red Sox.
Can we steal?
Chicago Cubs. The Cubs.
No, too late.
Oh.
Too late.
Oh. I knew it was either one of them.
Too late. Too.
I had no idea.
late.
The Cubs.
Too late.
I misspoke.
All right. You missed. All right. So sorry, Alberto.
Can we steal?
I'll allow the steal.
It's the Cubs.
Oh.
But he already gave the answer.
Yeah.
I knew the
that's-
answer.
Well, we'll never know if you knew the answer.
All right.
I have a 9-year-old who's a Chicago Cubs fan.
Oh, I knew.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you my cheeseburger story, Justin, or
No.
the Billy Goat Tavern?
No.
Mm.
So I was in Chicago and I was walking back like 10 o'clock at night from Navy Pier to I forgot the side of town where like Greektown is, and it's a pretty far walk. And I get lost, and all of a sudden I see the sign that says it's on the top level, and it says cheeseburgers this way. And it's pointing down, and I'm like, I am so starving. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and I go down to like this the hole in the wall, and I try to get. And I'm like, where am I? And this lady has the biggest attitude. And she's like, you're at like the Billy Goat Tavern. I'm like, okay, well, can I get some food? She's like, we have cheeseburgers or a hamburger. And I'm like, do you have any fries? She's like, no, we have potato chips. I'm like, do you have what type of potato chips? She's like, plain. I'm like, okay. And so anyways, long story short, this woman was so rude, but then I end up she ends up warming up to me. And she ends up telling me a story about the original owner of the Billy Goat Tavern was the one who put the curse on the Cubs because the Chicago Cubs would not let him bring his goat into Wrigley Field.
What?
Yeah, he had a pet goat.
Okay.
He had a pet goat, and I forgot the name of the goat, but he had a pet goat, and it was famous all around Chicago, and he tried bringing the goat into Wrigley Field, and they would not let him bring his goat in. And so he put a curse on the Cubs, which is why whenever you go to Chicago Cubs game, they would yell cheeseburger as the reason why, as like one of their chants.
Interesting.
Oh.
Anyways, I stumbled across it. It's good memory. Anyways, bad story, but bad story, fond memory. All right, so very good. All right, so Justin and Liam, you are up next.
Go ahead, Liam. I'll let you pick.
Let's go sports for 100.
Sports for 100. 2010 sports for 100. An onside kick by this team in Super Bowl XLVIV will always be remembered as a turning point in that game.
Can we steal?
Oh,
You can say, well, I guess, do I
Who was
normally
in that one?
I'm gonna go. You know that, Justin?
No, I'm trying to think who was in that Super Bowl.
I don't even know what that number is. I'm gonna go Patriots.
Yeah, I would go Eagles, but sure. I don't think either one of us are right.
What is that? That's 39?
No, that's 44.
40? No, it's not 44.
XL is 50. That's minus 10 is 40. VIV, that's 4. It's 49.
49.
Can we steal it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alberto.
Is it Saints?
All right, so wait. Did Justin and Liam, did you give me an answer?
Yeah, Patriots.
Patriots?
Mhm.
Alberto? Saints? All right, so we're saying Super Bowl 49 will always be remembered as a turning point in that game. Onside kick. Correct answer is the New Orleans Saints.
Yay!
Alberto. All right, so you got 100 points. Sorry, Justin, you're deducted.
Negative 400 now. That's it.
All right. Next up, Cameron and Alberto.
You pick, Cam.
All right. We'll try
Cameron.
pop culture for
I knew it.
400.
400. Oh, 400. Oh,
Yeah.
get back down to zero. You're doing math.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Pop culture for 400. Allie Raisin, Gabby Douglas, Michaela Maroney, and Kayla Ross and Jordan Weber won the second team gold medal for the U.S. and nabbed personal golds, silvers, and bronzes as well. Name their well-deserved nickname.
Ooh.
I don't know. Do you have any idea, Alberto?
Oh, was it the... Oh, it was a cool nickname, too. The Dream Team. I don't think that's it, but
I have no clue.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to steal.
I don't want to steal. Give me something.
Okay. Okay, hold on. The Fab Five.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go with that. I have no clue.
Are we going Fab Five? Final answer.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Correct answer is the
Oh,
so close.
Man.
Oh
So
my
close,
gosh.
but still wrong. Still
Should've said
wrong.
FF.
Oh,
Oh,
100.
sorry. I'm so sorry. That's tough.
That was tough.
I wouldn't call that pop culture,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
it
have
was
thought
more
that
like
would be in
sports.
sports.
Yeah.
but okay.
It's okay.
That's all right. Justin, Liam,
Justin, you got this one.
All right, let's go music 500.
music.
I don't know much about music.
All right.
Maybe
better
we
hope
should
it's- you
stick
better-
with sports.
You better hope it's country.
Yeah.
All right, 2010's music for 500. These two guys released Thrift Shop and came from Seattle.
Come on now.
Liam? Don't look over your shoulder like
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
your
know.
wife is not.
yeah, your wife's not helping you.
I know.
Cameron knows.
Can we
Cameron's
still-
leaning in.
I know. I think I know.
Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
know. All in
it's-
notes?
What'd you say?
Hall of Notes. All right.
I know one of them.
What is it?
Yeah.
Macklemore.
Oh, yeah.
Is that,
I'm done.
Can we steal?
go for it.
All right. Go for it.
Can we steal? Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. The correct answer is
Yep.
who are Macklemore and Ryan Lewis?
All
By
right.
the way, Liam, we're still winning.
Are
Oh man.
Yeah. we're still in the negative.
All right, still in the negative. All right, at the end of, I guess, 2 rounds, we have Cameron and Alberto with negative 300. and Justin and Liam with negative 100. All right, so let's do one more round and then we'll wrap it up. All right, Cam, Alberto,
I
pick.
guess I gotta
Alberto,
go.
you can go.
We gotta go big so we can have a chance of winning this. So, fashion and beauty for 500.
I don't know
No,
if we should do
no.
that.
How about TV? Do you feel comfortable with TV?
We could try TV.
All
I
right,
don't know.
fashion and beauty for 500.
No, that's not, I wasn't fine.
These leggings were masquerading as jeans during this decade.
Jeggings.
Yeah.
The correct answer is, what are jeggings?
Woo! That wasn't hard.
Yeah, that wasn't hard at all.
All right, you are in the positive at 200. Okay.
Why can't this be 19th century British history?
All right. So, Liam, we going for the win?
Yeah.
You're good with sports? Sports for 400.
Sports for 400. This team won the NBA title 3 times in this decade.
Oh, I know this.
Look at your wife.
The Warriors.
Final answer.
Justin, you good with that?
I mean,
yeah, final.
All right. Who are the Warriors? 2015, 2017, and 2019. That brings you to 300. So at the final score of Yippin Jeopardy, we have Team 1, Cameron Alberto with 200, and Team 2, Justin and Liam with 300. Justin and Liam, congratulations on
thank
winning
you.
Thank you.
Good job,
Thank you.
guys. Good job.
this episode
It's
of
officially
Acma's
my
On
third
Point
win.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, your third win.
Third win.
Is it your
Very
third
proud.
win or is this your second?
Look, don't take it away from me. It could be my second.
Cameron said you weren't good at Jeopardy.
Huh?
He
Usually
said
he's
you had the
not.
most losing record on Jeopardy.
I
I
do.
guess
He
a
does.
lot of times, but
I do.
I'm pretty sure this is your second win, and you had some help.
You just gotta
I sabotaged my team. Sorry.
dig it in.
There were some
It
more
was fun.
questions.
I listen. I am proud. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Alberto, good job on knowing jeggings. Really, really good
Yeah,
job.
good job.
You almost had him. Almost had him, Alberto.
Almost.
Almost. Well, Cam, Alberto, Liam, thank you very much for joining us on today's episode. Really do appreciate it. Enjoyed our conversation. And again, thank you for everything that you're doing to support our young professional network. Really do appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And Hawk, as always, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you again to Class Valuation for sponsoring today's episode. And to all of you, we know your time is valuable. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Acma's On Point podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, be well, my friends.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time at the Acuma On Point podcast. If not already, be sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star rating. For more great episodes and information, be sure to visit us online at acuma.org. And to get the latest updates, head over to our LinkedIn page.